for TLO to get those upgrades. Both gases up in full swing now for him. They've probably been up for a little while. We do have some movement around the middle of the map here. Let's go back to the production tab. And Kiri may be able to snipe off a few overlords here. This would be kind of a loss for TLO, as I believe he will be supply blocked if he loses these 2 overlords. And no, actually it looks like he's not. So good job for TLO building some extra overlords just in case, but losing those 2. In the meantime, TLO doing sort of a counterattack with the Zerglings at the natural of Kiri. He's going to be able to take apart a few SCVs and actually going to be able to take all the SCVs, including that mule there. And TLO going to work on the command center. In the meantime, we do have some aggression going from Kiri near the natural of TLO. And with that stim, he is going to be able to take out those roaches. TLO having to pull back, although this expansion is up and it will be functioning soon if TLO can hold this off. Some drones coming off the line to push back Kiri, and some speedlings coming out too from that gold expansion. Them combined with the roaches is going to be enough to push back Kiri. In the meantime, if we go back to his base, he has stabilized, able to take out those Zerglings, transferring some more SCVs down to the natural. So no third base yet for Kiri. 2 factories as well on the way here, and I don't see an armory, so no Thors. It looks like he is planning on getting the Infernal Pre-Igniter for the Hellions, and he is getting a reactor, so planning on pushing out a lot of Hellions, but no sort of Hellion drops as we don't see that starport quite yet. In the meantime, we do have some speedlings going in to take out the Marines of Kiri. So Kiri in a little bit of a rough position right now, as he has kind of wasted a lot of units in the middle against TLO. Generally, you'll want to sort of try to preserve those units, and he's kind of throwing them away a little bit. And it looks like we do have Carapace and melee attacks level 1 going down for TLO if we look at that production tab. Meantime, we do have some Zerglings moving out across the map. He is going to try to take those rocks down. Honestly, I'm not really sure what the point of that would be, as you cannot lift the hatchery, obviously. Maybe TLO thinking back to his Terran days, but I suppose this does provide a little bit more of a direct path for the drone, so it's not a terrible thing to do. And if your units are just sitting around, you might as well have them do something. Another drone transferring over to the gold for TLO. And looks like we've hit sort of a lull in the game, although there are some Hellions coming out for Kiri, going to try to take some damage as that, or cause some damage rather, as that pre-igniter is finished. 3 Hellions as well as some Marauders sitting at the Xel'Naga Tower. In the meantime, TLO sneaking a 4th base at the, let's see, that would be the 9 o'clock expansion on Lost Temple here. Able to sneak that, but of course that Marine does see it. Whoa, the Marine does see it, and he might be able to actually take out this Overlord. In the meantime, we do have a little bit of a push coming across the map for Kiri, that is able to roast some Zerglings. That Queen needs to run for her life, as those Hellions don't cause a whole lot of damage to her, but the Marauders will. TLO will be losing this Queen, I would imagine. Speedlings pulling back, trying to get into the right position here. In the meantime, we do have a counterattack going for TLO, taking out a few Marauders here. But the biggest battle is in the middle of the map. Those Hellions causing terrible damage to the Zergling. But the life of the Marauders is going down because of the sting. But it looks like Kiri is pulling out on top for that. TLO taking out some SCVs for Kiri. But those Zerglings will go down from the SCVs. Meanwhile, Kiri pulling in to the gold expansion for TLO. That Queen goes down right away. TLO sending some more Speedlings across the map. Looks like he may just be considering sacking this gold expansion, as he does already have 2 up and running, so that may not be a bad idea. Meanwhile, the Speedlings coming in to the map for Kiri, and Kiri forgetting to put his SCVs back on minerals after that last attack, and the Zerglings are going to be able to take them down, taking a little bit of damage from these Marauders, but they're able to do their job pulling back across the map here. In the meantime, at the gold expansion of TLO, we do have that hatchery going down, more Speedlings coming up. It looks like we do have the pathogen glands and the pneumaticized carapace for the Overlords going. So TLO planning on doing possibly, oh never mind, that's the speed upgrade for the Overlords, not the carrying upgrade. Looks like this hatchery is secure now with these units for TLO. And so if we go back to the army tab, TLO again looking ahead here. Although those Hellions do terrible damage against those Speedlings, he's going to be able to take out all the Speedlings for TLO. So kind of a larger loss for TLO, as the Speedlings is what he's relying on. These roaches are going to go down very quickly. And so right now, Kiri looking actually very strong despite being on slightly less supply. But we do have a 5th base going up for TLO, although it is now his 4th base, as he did lose that gold. Kiri moving across the map with the Hellions. Kiri being very aggressive this game, and that may come back to haunt him later on, but for now it's working great. Marauders plus Hellions is a great composition to combat Roach, Ling, of course. And it looks like right now players still sort of sizing each other up. Little Overlord rave here at the natural of TLO. They are partying hard, and Kiri does know about, of course, this expansion for TLO not really being used, but he is going to be able to take out these drones. So TLO, this expansion is basically useless. Hellions coming in to take out the gatherers for TLO, and they are they actually? Yeah, they're going to go to work on the hatchery. And it's going to take them a while to take down that hatchery, but they probably will be able to, as TLO does not look too interested in defending it. Let's go back to the production tab. He is getting Zerg melee attacks level 2, as well as producing some infestors. We do see 2 already out on the field. If we go to the units tab, looks like, actually, I take it back, 5 infestors already out for TLO. And the production tab does show more Zerglings on the way here. Nice fungal going down on the Civil Force for Kiri. Roaches are going to be able to easily clean this up. In the meantime, the hatchery has gone down for TLO. Kiri moving out, taking down those broodlings there. And we do have Kiri moving across. Nice fungal to hold up some of those units for Kiri. But TLO looks like he's in a little bit of a desperate situation. Some lings coming in, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Nice fungals going down to continue to hold off the units for Kiri, as well as cause some damage. Of course, this is going to cause Kiri to hesitate using that stim on the Marauders, so that's going to be a little bit helpful there. Roaches taking up the rear, but 2 of them are very, very low. Looks like we do have a lot of infestors going out. Some nice fungals going down, and that is going to be able to take out all the Hellions. A stim going down for Kiri, but that's going to be a bad decision, as those speedlings are going to be able to take them out fairly easily. And TLO is going to overrun this Zelnaga tower to take out the units of Kiri, and things are starting to look very, very favorable for TLO at this point. Nice fungal holding those Hellions in place, allowing the speedlings to get the surround. And Kiri, of course, still on 2 bases. The second command center only now finishing for him, and he is going to start floating that right away, possibly going to the island, but TLO will attack. Thor on the way for Kiri. TLO is also researching Burrow. That may be a little bit interesting with those infestors. And he is going to pull back a little bit, as the infestors can cast awesome spells but cannot attack. So TLO pulling back, deciding to regroup a little bit. In the meantime, we do see he has a nice infestor and Zergling army coming out there. Speedlings moving across the map for TLO. And it looks like, yeah, Kiri is planning on moving towards that island expansion. TLO doing a great job creeping up the map as well. Look at how much creep he's covering. That's great. And he also has this base as well, which has not been scouted yet, as far as I know. Let's take a look at that real quick here. And yeah, he does not know about that 4th base quite yet, from what I can see here. And TLO moving in, getting some nice fungals down on the units of Kiri. And at this point, Kiri is really in desperate straits, as TLO has pretty much blocked him in. Those spine crawlers as well, going to cause some serious damage, although he may lose a couple of those to that Thor. No, the Thor focusing on the Zerglings, and that is not going to be able to do very much, as those spine crawlers take out that Thor. And Kiri GG's, so TLO really dominating Kiri in this match here on Lost Temple, doing a great job creeping up the map, taking some hidden bases when able, and pushing ahead with that Speedling Infestor combo. Awesome game from TLO, and a great way to close out that TLO 4-game series. Hope you guys liked it. Again, if you like it, please subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching. Keep playing StarCraft 2, and I'll see you on the next cast.